gorgeous seaside weather again. Now, ladies, I hope I can. Oh, I can't see your faces just with the light here. Now we're talking to Taken. Now I did guess all your names correctly earlier. I know there's a Michael in there and a John. Can you tell me your names again?
Anastasia.
Katie,
Kate,
Emily,
Tara.
Beautiful. Now I know that your song was kind of inspired by the idea of hope, and you were saying that mental health is a major issue at the moment. In regard to actually becoming a band, was that I don't know if that was part of the inspiration of forming a band, or whether you already were a band, or?
Well, we have this thing in school called Buskers Corner where we can perform and stuff, and we were going to perform. Well, I performed.
It all started in French class.
Yeah, in French.
Okay. Were you able to say to each other in French, "Let's start a band"? How does it work that you start a band in French class?
Well, like Tara and Kate were thinking about doing something for Buster's Corner, and then like Kate was like, "Oh, shouldn't Annie join in?" Then it's like Kate and Emily, so it kind of just formed up. Yeah.
Okay. And was it? I don't know whether there was certain, inspirations at the start. Whether there were certain things you talked about. This is the kind of band we're going to have. Was there any sort of plan about it, or did it just sort of happen?
Not really. Just kind of.
At first we were like a cappella,
Yeah.
but then you kind of brought in your guitar in the background.
We were just like, yeah, that sounds.
Never mind. I can was hard.
I'm curious then, would there be, I don't know, music-wise, are there certain things that you would look upon as inspirational, that you would sort of see as being in the area that you like to be seen?
We do a wide range. Like, there's no specific type of song that we would stick to.
So dub reggae and grime and thrash metal, and it's all kind of mixed in there.
Definitely like pop, but ballads are nice.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And would you have certain artists that you particularly like? I mean, I always find it fascinating with this generation, because of YouTube and Spotify and all that. It's not so much an album anymore. It's just, songs hit you and you kind of source them in different ways. Whereas going back when I was growing up, you went out and bought an album, and the whole album was what you listened to, and you come. I don't know whether you guys, if there's certain artists or certain music that you listen to a lot. And
Ed Sheeran.
Hey. He's got red hair though.
Yeah.
No, Ed's kind of spectacularly popular, obviously, not only in this country, but I think particularly in this country. I think we've taken him on as a sort of a son now. I think we all feel. Yeah. Are there would there be bands before the last few years that I don't know whether the Beatles are the greatest band of all time, by the way. You realise that, right?
Yeah.
You sure? Because I'm happy to throw anybody out who doesn't agree with that. I'm just saying that we have a very strict policy here. Are there older kind of artists that you like, or I don't know if your parents have introduced you to anything, or?
Queen. Yeah, Queen.
Like,
okay.
Oh my gosh. I definitely like a lot of musicals.
Okay.
Hamilton.
Well, there's been a huge rebirth in the musical. Disney would have been a big part of that, but that idea that it's now with American Idol and others, but there seems to be a re-embrace kind of a re-embrace of that era, when it was seemed to be from the 50s and 60s, or even before. It doesn't seem to be part of this generation, but now there's a real love for it. All right, yeah. So if you won, I don't know if there's kind of motivation here, whether you feel it's just a lovely thing to play music, whether you want fame and fortune, whether it's all about the lifestyle. I don't know whether you'd move out of Greystones if you became that wealthy and just sort of. But are there kind of hopes for the band? Is it really about a fun thing to do, or would you have ideas about the future?
To get the message across.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I told my mom, it's just kind of like a hobby. We all love to sing. So.
Yeah.
Rock and roll. Okay, well, I wish you luck today, and nicely done, beautiful song, and we'll keep an eye on you guys and see how you progress over the years, and see which one of you. There's always one in the band that goes off the rails, so know which one. If you've decided, there's always a Robbie or somebody in there, or a Brian McFadden who just sort of goes nuts. So just watch each other and just see if you can recognise the signs early.